Hello beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria. In today's tutorial, we'll be looking at how to draft and cut an over-bust corset. If this is your first time you're seeing this channel, thanks for stopping by, and to my returning subscribers, thanks for always watching. So in today's tutorial, I'll be looking at how to cut and draft an over-bust corset. So if this is what you are really interested in learning, please stay tuned as we are about to start. So guys, firstly, I'll be making use of our pattern paper, our marker, our ruler, and of course the brocade fabric. The fabric is 1 yard. Yes, so this is all we'll need for now for the drafting. So let's get right into the drafting. So I've gone ahead to divide it. This is the front and then this is the back, in order for us not to be wasting time. So for you to divide that, you're going to just divide your hip measurements by 2, then add extra 2 inches. You get? So I divided hip measurement by 2, then I add extra inches, then I divided it. So that is how I have this back and front. So next thing we'll be doing, I'll be putting my shoulder to bust point, which is 10 inches. Shoulder to under bust is 13.5. Shoulder to waistline for the front is 16, and then shoulder to the length of the blouse, yes, I'll be making use of 23 inches. So just as you can see, so anything I have on this side, I'll do it on this other side. After doing that, I've gone ahead to join them together. So we'll go ahead to label it. So this is the bust point, the under bust, the waistline, then the blouse length. You can just label it as BL. So after that, we'll go ahead and do same thing to the back. Just that the back, for the waistline or on the back, we are not going to be using the 16 that we use for the front again, because the back is always shorter than the front. So for the back, we are using 14 inches. When I measure my back waistline, it is 14. So shoulder to waistline for the back is 14. Then the rest measurement stands still. So after that, I'll just go ahead to mark the hem of the clothes. Then I'll go ahead to use my straight rule and connect them together. So after connecting it together, we'll go ahead and work with the shoulder. So on this shoulder, we're going to put our shoulder measurements starting from this edge. So the shoulder I'm working with is 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So that is my 7.5 there. So on that 7.5, I'm going to come down by 1.5. Then after that one, I'm going to be dividing my bust measurement by 6. So when I divide bust measurement by 6, I have 6. So after I came down by that 1.5, I'm going to be putting that 6. So 6 plus 1 inches, which is 7. So it's 7 that I'll be putting now. So that side now is going to serve as the chest line. So anything I have there, I'm going to mark it on the other side so that I can still have another straight line to serve as the chest line. That is to say, after the chest line, then the bust line. Is that okay? So after rolling it out, now I'm going to put that same shoulder measurement that I put on the upper part on the down part, so that I can be able to connect it together. So that after connecting it together, I can go ahead and do my armhole curve. You get? So guys, after connecting it together, what I'll be doing now, I'll just go ahead to put my basic neckline 3 inches by 3. That is 3 for the width and then 3 for the depth, just as you can see. Then I'll go ahead to use my small curve and then rule the line. So after that, I'll just connect from the neckline down to my shoulder slope that I came down with 1.5. So after that, what is left now is that 7 inches that we have. So you're going to divide it by 2. When you divide it by 2, you have 3.5. At that 3.5, I'll go in by 0.75. Some people can go in at like 0.5, so it depends on the one you want to. But for this, I went in by 0.75. Then on that chest line, I'll be putting my bust measurement. So the bust I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. So from the shoulder slope, I'll connect to that 0.75 that I went in. Then I use my curve to connect from that side down to the bust measurement that I took. Is that clear? So now, after doing that, we are going to be imputing our dart. So the dart I'm working with is nipple to nipple divided by 2. So nipple to nipple is 7 inches, right? So 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. So that is what I'm doing. I'll be marking that 3.5 on the bust point, under bust waistline, and then even the length of the blouse. So after marking it on the waistline, I'll be going in by 0.5 and then going out by 0.5 in order for me to draw the dart leg. Just as you can see, this is just like the normal darts, so after drawing it up to the bust point, I'll definitely draw it down to the length of the blouse, just as you can see me doing like this. So guys, after that, what we'll be doing next now, we are going to measure our waist measurement. The waist I'm working with is 28 divided by 4 is 7 inches. So plus our 1 inch dart intake, we'll be making use of what, 8 inches. So on the length of the blouse, I'll be using my hip measurement, which is 9.5. Do your calculation. So I'll connect from the bust to the waist, then from the waist down to the blouse length. You see the way I hold my ruler? So from the waist now, I'm gonna have to turn the ruler in order for it to have a bit of curve. Can you see it? Yes. So I believe we all understood down to this part. So now we are going to be tightening our underbust. So the underbust I'm working with is 28 inches. So when we measure this, we are supposed to have 7 inches, but now we are having 8.25, something like that. That is to say, there are excess of like 1.5 inches there. So that excess, now we are going to be dividing it. We make sure that the little parts go to this center front, and the bigger portion go to the side front. So that is what I just did. I think 0.75 to this side front, and then 0.5 to the center front. Can you see? So I'll just go ahead to redraw that dart leg. Can you see what I'm doing? I'll redraw the dart leg to the underbust. Then after that, I'll use my straight rule to connect it back to the waistline, just as you can see. Is that clear? So now, after doing that, I'll go to the shoulder and measure what I have. So what I have there should be around 4.5. So after measuring it, I will divide it by 2. This is how to easily divide your stuff by 2, you get. So after dividing it by 2, I'll mark the midpoint, just like marking the midpoint. So after marking it, I'll connect it down to the bust point. Just as you can see, I'll connect it down to the bust point. So guys, after connecting it down to the bust point, what next we'll be doing is we are going to determine the height of the overbust. We say this is an overbust, so it's supposed to pass our bust and even pass our chest line. So for this tutorial, I'll be making use of 7 inches starting from my underbust. So I'll be marking 7 inches from my underbust. This is where 7 inches stop. Can you see the way I'm marking it? So from the underbust, 7 inches stop at this part where I measure. So from that side now, I'll just draw the curve down to meet that armpit side. Did you get? So that is what I'll do. Can you see what I'm trying to do? I'm just trying to form the curve in order to bring the shape that we are looking for. Is that okay? So now on that part, now we are going to go up by half of an inch. So that half of an inch now is going to serve as what we use in connecting it. So I'll just quickly carry my curve, my French curve, and then connect it together, just as you can see. So after this first connection, I discovered that it was kind of straight, so I just connect it again for it to be a bit slanty. So I'll be making use of the second connection that I did. That is the second line I just drew. Is that okay? So on that part, I'll just go out by 0.6 on the both side, connect to the up, connect to the up, connect to the bust, connect to the bust, in order for it to like tighten that area. Is that okay? So I'll connect it now, just as I have said. I'm connecting to the bust point now. So after connecting to the bust point, before connecting to the after connecting to the shoulder, before connecting to the bust point, we make sure we use our little curve to give it a bit of shape. You get? We will not use that straight part again, but if you use a straight part, it's not bad, but for this, it's good you use a curve part at least to give it a little bit of curve, just as you can see. So now after that, our bust point, you're going to come down by 2 inches, which is the difference between the back and the front waistline, in order for us to draw our bust dart. So I'll mark from that side down to where I do it. So I'll just slash it out in order for me to know that while we are cutting, we are going to be folding that part in. Is that okay? So now what we are going to do on the length of the blouse, we are going to go up by, like some people can go like 1 inch, but for this tutorial I'll be going up by 1.5 in order for the blouse not to have a sharp edge. It will have a curvy edge, you get. So after that, I'll just connect it to the center front, just as you can see me doing, like so. You see the part of the curve that I use. Is that okay? So now after that, before we cut on that waistline, since we'll be snatching this, I'll go in by 1/2 inch. You get, going in by 1/2 inch. Then I connect to the upper part, that's connect to the bust, and then connect the remaining one down to the length of the blouse, just as you can see me doing like this. So I went in by half, connect up, and then connect down. So that is all for the front. So for the back, what we are going to do is on the chest line, just like we did, we are just going to extend the chest line. You get, you know, the back doesn't have shoulder anything, you are just going to snatch it. So what we are going to do, we'll just extend the chest line. So after extending the chest line, we just go ahead to put our bust measurement. Can you see the way I'm doing it? Can you see? I've gone ahead to put my bust measurement. On the waistline, I'll put my waist measurement. Waist is what? 7 inches plus 1 inch that intake. Can you see? 1 inch that intake. Then that 1/2 inch that we went in by just now for the front, we'll just do it now so that we don't have to be doing redrawing later. So on the length of the blouse, I'll just put my hip measurement, just as you can see. So I'll connect from the bust to the waist, just here, just as you can see. Then from the waist down to the length of the blouse, just as you can see. So guys, after doing that, on the length of the blouse, now we are going to go up by 1.5, just as we did for the front. Then we connect it curvily in order for it not to have that sharp edge at the back, also at the side also, because it's not reflecting to the front, it's just the side. So now after that, since we are going to be snatching the back, on the upper part, which is the chest line, we're going to be removing 2 inches. Can you see? Then on the waist, on the length of the blouse, we are going to be removing 1.5 inches. So after that, we just go ahead and connect it straight. So guys, this is what we have. Just trying to place my ruler to connect it straight. So after connecting it straight, this is what we have. So that side now, it is cancelled. So this is the only part we are working with for the back in order for us to snatch the waist very properly. So what we'll be doing is we are going to measure our waist. What we have on the waist there, we're going to divide it by 2. When we divide it by 2, I'll go ahead to mark it on the midpoint there. Just as you can see, I'll mark it on the midpoint. After that, I'll go to the chest line, I'll mark it and also put the measurement there. That is the midpoint of what I have there. Then down to the hem of the dress, that is the length of the blouse, I'll mark it, then I'll put it there. So after that, I'll go ahead to connect it straight. So I'll connect from the chest line down to the waistline. I'll not be connecting I'll not be connecting it with the waistline. I'll just connect from the chest line down to the length of the blouse. Can you see? So this is what we have. So after that, remember we took our 1 inch dart intake. So now we are going to be fixing our dart properly. So on that part, I'll be using 1/2 inch for the dart. Then on the other side, I'll be using 1/2 inch for the dart also. So this side now will be 0.25, 0.25. Then likewise with this side. So I'll just go ahead to draw the dart leg. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes. So just do it. So guys, after doing that, this is where we'll be putting our eyelet or our loop in order for us to snatch the waist. So this is the side back, center back, then this is our center front, then the side front. Yeah, so this this is all for the drafting. I believe this is very understanding. So we'll go ahead to cut our pattern. Cutting of the pattern, I won't show all the processes again because it will take a lot of time. So this is me trying to cover that part. Sorry, I was trying to put the masking tape at that part. That is what I mean. So after the cutting, this is what we have. That is the center front, side back, and then the center back. So this is what we have. We'll just go ahead and cut it on the fabric and then even on the lining. So guys, after cutting it, this is what we have. This is the center front, side back, and then the center back. So this is where we'll be stopping for this tutorial. So in our next tutorial, we'll be starting with the sewing aspect. I believe this tutorial was helpful. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I will attend to it. So stay tuned because we'll be dropping the tutorial soon.